Hi, my name is Jeff Crouch, and today I'm going to show you how to set up an embosser. So for today's demonstration, I'm going to be using the Tiger Max uh, embosser. This embosser is no longer being produced. Uh, as of the date of this recording, this embosser is about 10 years old, or 11 years old, but it will still help demonstrate the point of how you set up an embosser. So, like I said, this is the Tiger Max embosser. It is a fairly simple device. Um, I'm not sure if you can see, but there are three buttons right above where my fingers are. And you essentially have your clear, your feed forward, and your feed backward buttons. And that's it in terms of actual controls. To talk about other parts of the embosser, under here, if I lift this up, you have the control head with all the wiring in there. I'll bring it over, get a better view. So this is what will move from left to right to actually produce the braille. And this is also a tactile graphics embosser, so it can also print tactile graphics. So if I go ahead and close that. Moving around here, we're going to move around to the back side of the device. So here's where there's a slot here where paper will feed out of. This also has the function to be able to do single sheets of paper. So most commonly, if you're running a bigger print job, you would use tractor feed paper, which has holes on either side of it, and that will feed up through the embosser, through the platen, and then out through here and out through the back of the device. But like I said, this does have a single page setting. So over here, if you're facing the back of the device, on the right-hand side, there's a toggle switch. And this toggle switch will switch between the tractor feeds and the single page feeder option. So I am in tractor feed mode because that's the way I'm going to demonstrate this today. So let's kind of get to the back here and you can kind of see what's going on back here. So this is where the paper will go. I'm not sure if you can see it, but where my finger is a little plastic flap here. There's also one on the left side if you're facing the back. These are your tractor feed covers. So if you flip these open, you'll now expose the dots. That's what I like to call them, but the little nubs where the tractor feed paper will go into. The one on the right has the same thing. There's also this little kind of flipper right here. That's a sensor, so that way the embosser knows that, hey, there's actual paper in here. And on the left margin, there's a little tab right where my thumb is. And if I flip that tab up, it's going to make a click sound. And this allows you to be able to slide that left tractor feed across the rail for different sizes of paper. So if you have a box of 8.5 by 11-inch paper, that's what you would use. You slide it over to set that up. So that whole tractor feed slides across the bar. So let's go ahead and actually load some paper up and let me demonstrate how you do that. So I have tractor feed paper right here. As I described earlier, on here, there's these perforated tractor feed edges. So once you're done embossing, you just fold these over and peel them off. So I'll actually demonstrate this. So because of my setup, I do have to set this down here. So I'm lifting up the sheet of tractor feed paper. As you can see, it's all connected. It's accordioned together. And so what I'm going to do to start, and this is going to be a little bit difficult with one hand, but we're going to try to make it work. So I want to line these holes up with the rubber nubs on the belt for the tractor feed. So I'm just going to find those nubs with my fingers, and I'm going to line those up. I'm only putting them on 2 of the 3, so that typically seems to be good, and I'm just closing that. Now with that one, that tractor feed that slides, I can kind of slide it out to where I think it's going to be, and then I'm just laying that paper down and letting the rubber nubs of the tractor feed belt come through the holes, which I do, and I'm going to close that to hold it in place. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to slide that tractor feed so that paper is nice and taut, not too taut because you don't want to rip the tractor feed off the paper before you emboss. And I'm just going to push that little lever back down to lock that tractor feed into place. So our paper is now loaded. We are step 1 of ready to emboss. So next I'm going to go ahead and on the left hand side, well, if you're facing the front of the unit, it would be on the right hand side here. There's a little toggle switch, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip that on. There's a series of 3 beeps confirming that the embosser is on. Now to load the paper, on the front of the device here, I would hit this, basically it's the button to feed the paper forward, to feed the tractor feeds forward. So I'm going to come around to the back of the device, back of the embosser here, and I'm going to press that forward button to load the paper in, and hopefully you'll be able to see it slide into the embosser. There we go. The paper is loaded. It gave 3 beeps to confirm that it was successful. There are a series of tones that will determine whether the actual paper is jammed or it's misaligned. But we did not hit that today. On the left-hand side, if you're facing the front of the unit, there is a USB cord here. Up under this little ledge, this little cutout, is where the USB connection would go. It is a little tricky to get to. You would want to plug that in before loading paper. So I find the easiest way to do that is to lift the embosser up slightly to be able to access that port, as it is pretty far underneath there. Now I have a sample document loaded in Braille Blaster, and Braille Blaster is a free program by available through the American Printing House for the Blind. It is not being maintained anymore, but it is still available for download. So I have a preloaded document. Now, normally an embosser setup, you would have to go into the menu bar and go to Settings. And let me slow down my speech here so that way everyone can understand it.
Lower. Menu
Okay.
File F.
Now I'm going to hit the right arrow until I get to Settings.
Edit E. Navigate. View V. Tools E. Settings S.
All right. Now I'm going to arrow down until I get to
Page
Embosser
properties,
Settings.
B. Translate page num format embosser settings B.
I'm going to press Enter.
Leaving menus. Settings dialog. Embosser settings tab. Control plus page down.
Okay, now we're in the Embosser Settings. So if I hit the Tab key, it's going to take me to my list.
Default embosser combo box. Max embosser 2 of 3.
So this is your default embosser list. Currently I have the Tiger Max embosser selected, but I also have another one in here.
Add button Alt plus A.
If you wanted to add embosser, you would hit the Add Embosser. You would select the category, the type, and the model of the embosser.
Edit button.
and then
Alt
add
plus
it.
E.
If I wanted to edit the properties of this embosser, I would hit the edit button.
Remove button. Alt plus R.
And obviously, if I wanted to remove this embosser because I had no more plans of using it, I would hit the remove button.
OK button. Space.
So I'm gonna hit the
Braille
OK
flat.
button on that. Now I'm gonna go back into my menu bar by pressing Alt.
Menu. File F.
I'm gonna hit right arrow to settings.
Edit. Map view. Tools. Settings. S.
I'm gonna press down arrow.
Settings menu. Page properties. P.
I'm gonna hit enter on page properties.
Leaving menus. Settings dialog. Measurement units. Page properties tab. Control plus page down. Page size combo box. Standard 11.5. 11. 1 of 6.
Okay, so this is the standard paper size. We have a number of options here. Since I have 11.5 by 11-inch paper loaded into the embosser, I would like to use that as my paper settings. I'll press tab again.
Width in edit 11.5.
The width in inches is 11.5. I'll press tab.
Height in edit 11.
Height in inches is 11.
Lines per page edit 25.
Lines per page is 25, which is correct.
Cell per line edit 40.
Cells per line is 40. So this is where you can adjust the page properties if you need to, say, use 8.5 by 11 paper.
And radio button checked 1 of 2.
You have an option for either inches or
Cells or line radio
cells
button
or
checked.
lines.
And radio
I
button.
prefer to use inches.
Top margin in edit 0.5.
Here's where you can set your margins. So my top margin is half an inch.
Bottom margin and read only edit 0.66.
It says my bottom margin is 0.66 inches. As a read only, you cannot edit that, so that adjusts based on what you set your top margin as.
Left margin in edit 1.
My left margin is 1 inch.
Right margin and read only edit 0.74.
And again, with my right margin being 0.74, that is read only, so that adjusts based on what you set your left margin is.
Enter point ensures T1, P1, and 1 appear on right-hand page. Combo box, no, 2 of 2.
So this is related to enter point settings, and whether you want T1 or P1, so your page numbers located on the right-hand page.
OK button.
This is not an inner point embosser, so it is only single-sided. So I'm going to go ahead and press the OK button to exit the page settings dialog.
Space, Braille Blaster, text view edit, high.
Now I have some text that I've pre-written up here. Now I'd like to go ahead and emboss that at this time. So I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control E.
Control E, emboss dialog, embosser combo box, max embosser, 1 of 1.
Okay, my embosser is set up. It is selected.
Manage embossers, button. Create debug file checkbox not checked. All pages radio button checked.
Yes, I want all pages.
From edit 1.
From page
To
1
edit 1.
to page 1, since it's only one page.
Edit spin box 1. OK button.
And that's the spin box for how many copies you would like. I only need 1 copy. And if I press the OK button, we should start embossing.
Enter. Braille Blaster, text view edit, high.
Now come over here. Yep, there it goes. You'll be able to see it adjusting. And it will start coming out. Okay, now that it is out, obviously as you can see it's hanging out here. The braille is face down when it comes out of the embosser. Now in order to get this out of here, obviously you can see it's not at a point where it's folded, so I'm going to press the advance forward button. To get that to go forward, I may have to hit it a couple of times. There we go. So now we have that perforated edge. I always like to kind of fold it back just to really make sure that that is going to tear off nice and clean. Now on here we have a page number in the bottom right hand corner that says 1, and all my text is right here. And as you can see, we have 1 inch margins. Starts near the top there, and a right margin, and the braille is produced. Again, you probably won't be able to see it, but So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rip this off now. Just going to kind of get a rip started here in that perforated edge, and now I'm just going to pull it off. And there is our Braille page. Now, like I said before, you can fold these tractor feeds over like that. And then I'm going to get it started. And as you can probably see in just a second, you can hear the tractor feed tearing away from the page. So as you can see, tractor feed is almost off. I'm just going to take it off the last couple points there. I'll set that down there. And now we have a free edge. And you just have to do the same thing to the other side. And then you can stick this in a 3-ring punch and punch holes into it to put it into a binder. You could also use a book binder to create bindings for it. Now that I'm going to set that there. Now that we have our document embossed, we have some paper sticking out here. So I'm going to hit the button to reverse the tractor feeds to pull that paper back out and to get it set up. So it's pulling it out, it's coming out, and it automatically reloads. It confirms that it is centered and everything is good. Give it the 3 beeps. And now we're ready to emboss our next document. Now there may be times where the alignment is not quite correct and this particular embosser is throwing up errors. There is an adjust wheel right here that I can manually move the platen and push that paper, pulling the paper out. So if you rotate the wheel towards the front of the unit, you're going in reverse to pull the paper out. I can manually wind it in, keep winding it, and now the paper's coming out. This is just for manual adjustment if something is wrong, but I always try to use the advance feed forward so that way it's properly lined up. So now that I kind of did that, it's going to recenter or reset itself, and we're ready to go. So that is how you set up an embosser. I hope this has been helpful and you've learned a little something. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.